What is up, YouTube? I'm back with another, I guess, show and tell. Not a really a review yet, but I did a video not long ago on a primary arms MD21 and gave my thoughts on that. I did end up sending that back. It just wasn't working out, and I'm kind of put both feet in my mouth on that video because I was raving about the Sig Romeo 5. So anyway, Optic's Planet was running a really good special on their op mod Sig Romeo 5, so it was the FDE color. Anyway, I went through two of them. I think they were torqued too tight from the factory, so when I was removing the actual red dot optic from the stock mount, it was actually stripping the threads out. So I ended up sending those back to get a refund, and I decided to go another route on this, and I'm hoping this Mark 18's final form. I'm also going to do a quick rundown of the Mark 18, but I did go with the new Scalarworks 2.26 height mount. I believe this was just released last week. So, and sitting on this mount is a HoloSun 403R, which I did mention that is one of my favorite red dots. So, I'm not sure if many of you seen this. I've not seen a video on YouTube yet on the 2.26 Scalarworks, but I still can co-witness. Probably not going to see that great on the video. But anyway, I want to do a quick show and tell on my Mark 18, and I get it, it's not a real Mark 18. It's probably not even close to a clone, but I do have three of these, and I'm going to get into that. But let's run down this. I'm going to show you what I have. So I guess we go tip to butt. I think that's what I keep seeing on YouTube. So I run a Rugged Razor 762. This is its dedicated can, just like my two other Mark 18s. Daniel Defense sights, you'll see the front and the rear if you haven't seen it in the video yet. I run a mod light. I think this is the 1850 model. Could be mistaken. I run a Unity pressure pad. And it's a momentary, it's not a one click on, one click off. I really do love these lights. I run a Magpul hand stop and Magpul rail covers, ladder covers, whatever they're called here. Oh, and it's also an Arasaka mount that's holding this mod light on. And then for a QD mount up front, it's the Magpul QD mount up here. The lower is a Maxim Defense lower. It is pretty much stock, I guess. Not really, but I run the Radian ambi safeties on all of my ARs. I love the 45 degree. I know there's a big controversy on that versus the OG, whether it's a single or ambi-sided safety. I run a B5 trigger guard. See if we can get that in there. A Difrico. I love these grips, by the way. These Kung Fu grips. And because I have such large hands, I love when they came out with this this plug, this insert here. I run these triggers in all of my ARs. These are the MBT LaRue Tactical 2-stage trigger. It's the flat trigger. I really enjoy these triggers. And you can't beat them for the price either. So it was just Memorial Day. It's Wednesday the 28th of May. And Primary Arms had them for, oh my God, I think they were like $80. I think I got mine pretty similar to that because I usually take advantage of those deals. Other than that, everything else is stock on the lower. The upper is a full Daniel Defense upper, so it's not a different bolt carrier, different charging handle. I bought these uppers. I want to say they were, and I could be wrong, but I want to say they were about $1,500. That might sound a little expensive, so I could be wrong on that. But because it is the full upper, so see if you can see the Daniel Defense on the boat carrier, see the DD in there. Hope that's popping up in there. And then their charging handle. And then I run an SBA 5 pistol brace. So when I bought this Maxim Defense lower, it had a, God, it was, I can't even, I don't even remember the stock that came with it, but it was metal and had the two prongs that go forward. It was kind of a cool setup, but because it wasn't registered as an SBR, I wasn't able to put this upper on it, so that's why I went with the SBA 5. But I did swap it out for a Phase 5 end plate, calcium nut, and buffer tube. In this Mark 18, I'm running the Odin Works buffer tube with a Springco blue spring, and my ejection pattern is good with this. My other two, I run a Geisley H3 in there, and they're both great as well. What else can I say about this? So obviously there's the rear Daniel Defense sight. But anyway, the reason I run two more of these is I'm at the point where I do like variety, but I'm also about philosophy of use. I did a video on how I started narrowing down some pistols that I had because I just had too many. I'm not going to say that. I had a lot of guns that just never been shot. They'd never been pulled out of the safe, never been carried. And it's great and all to have, a mass quantity of firearms. It's cool. But I'm at the point where I'm like, if I'm not using it, I don't want it anymore. So the reason I have two more of these is I have one in my vehicle. I have another one stashed in an unknown location. And then obviously this one that is pretty much floating around the house with me. So when I pick one of those up, I don't believe in muscle memory because muscles don't have memory. It's more neuron memory. Everything is pretty much the same. The only difference is either the optic or the mount. So I do run 226 height mounts. So when I present the gun, I know exactly where that dot is going to be. Instead, I'm trying to fish for it and get way down. And but anyway, I do have other ARs that are set up differently, but my go-to guns are these guys. They're all suppressed. They're all ready to rock. But anyway, I really want to showcase off this Scalarworks. I'm so glad that they finally jumped on that bandwagon of that taller mount. So the Scalarworks mount came straight from Scalarworks. I don't think they have sourced that out yet to distributors. I have not seen it yet. And then I got the Holosun 403R off Primary Arms during their memorial sale. It was like $119.99. And I have several of these red dots and I love them. But I didn't realize, so I got this setup from a buddy, the Phase 5. I've never heard about it at the time. Then I started doing research on it and started seeing their prices, and I was like, okay, it is not cheap. So, if you have any questions, you run a Mark 18, budget Mark 18. So anyway, I don't even know how much all this is put together. I'd say I'm going to say maybe 4,000. That's with the suppressor, all the little trinkets, and I could be wrong. I'm going to say 35 to 4,000. Because I want to say the upper was 1,500. The lower was, I think, about 400 or 500. So that's about 25. That light setup combo is about $500. So there's $3,000. Let's just say 900 for the suppressor. That's with the 200 Yeah, so I'd say about $4 grand. Um, Obviously, you can find these a lot cheaper, like different models, manufacturers. But anyway, I have this one has a very low round count, um, probably under 500. But the low round count has I've not seen any failures. None of my Mark 18s have had any failures. I have one that has over 10,000 rounds and all different types of ammo. Um, I'm a stickler on running guns very wet, so I always lubricate, probably over lubricate my firearms. So, anyway, I like this little short package. It's super light. Um, I don't know. I could go on about ARs just like anybody else. My thing is just a little tip: don't go broke, don't go bankrupt, because you're seeing these videos on YouTube of guys that have the best of the best, and they have a $4,000 setup. Now these were pieced over time, right? Like I didn't just go into a gun shop and drop $4,000. Like it was because I do have other guns, so I was able to piece things together, try things out, sell things, trade things, find out what worked for me, and then start building up those other guns. So this is actually the last Mark 18. So this would be number 3, right? So after I got my first one set up, I really liked it. I started a second one, and now my third. I'm good with the Mark 18s. But we were talking about optics, and this is something I want to hit on, and I really wanted to keep this under 10 minutes, but we're just now at 12 minutes. There's guys and gals out there that run top of the line everything, right? And that's great if they can afford it, or maybe they were sponsored, or they had a trial and error period with that company. That's awesome because they're advertising and showcasing. I have a lot of law enforcement, contract, military buddies that run Holosun 403s, Sig Romeo 5s. Like, I know SWAT guys that run $100 optics on a PSA 10.5. So what it comes down to is they train with it. They broke it in. They know how it works, what it doesn't like to eat. And I don't think that's talked about enough on these videos. They're like, oh yeah, you got to go buy a Daniel Defense and you're ready to go, and you're $2,500 just for a bare naked rifle in the hole now, and then you need an aim point. There's another grand, or Holosun. There's another 750 plus. Like train. Like just think of how much. So this was $119. Euro Optic has the aim point for 750 right now, right? So that's a $650 difference, right? That's 1,000 rounds of ammo for your AR that you could be buying to train, shoot, get to really know your AR. And so I have a not a story, but here recently unfortunately there was a shooting at a gym in Las Vegas, and fortunately law enforcement responded fast enough to where they were able to, let's just say, eliminate the threat. And you've seen that officer, he had his AR, and I always pay attention to optics all the time. And if go watch this video, this guy's running an OG Sig Romeo 5, no special mount. It was the stock mount, and it got the job done. And the guy knew how to run his AR. Just watch his movements, pay attention to those things. The guy clearly trains with his AR. So it's not something he just bought and then stuck in his patrol vehicle and never shot and didn't know how to manipulate it. No, this guy knew how to put that gun to use. So, but yeah, don't think you have to have the $1,000 optic, the multi-$1,000 rifle. if you're new to ARs, or you're still kind of at the Nova stage, and maybe you don't run suppressed yet, whether you're suppressed or not, man, get that shooting time in. There's so many companies out there that have really good deals on ammo, where you can buy 1,000 rounds. I couldn't shoot. I mean, I could. I would get really tired and probably bored trying to shoot 1,000 rounds of 5.56 in one day. It would be fun, but I'd be like, no, I'm gonna let's save that for another day. But 1,000 rounds of 5.56 is that's a lot of time to run through, especially if you're a beginner. Um, but I guarantee you these are gonna last. So I have 6 of these now, the 403Rs, and I have a couple of 503Rs. Um, but don't be shy. Don't be afraid to get that cheaper optic. Yeah, there's a saying out there: you get what you pay for. Holosun has been a track star. They have a proven record. They've been out for about 10 years now. Could be longer, maybe a little bit less, but they have phenomenal warranty. So does SIG for their optics. We don't want to get into the 320 debate right now, but do a little bit of homework, buy what you can afford, ask questions. So anyway, just wanted to do, really the video was going to be about the Scalarworks 226, but I did want to show my little workhorse off. Not, this isn't a workhorse, my vehicle one is, but same exact setup, just a different mount and different optic. That's the only difference. So anyway, I hope all is well, and I will be back with another video shortly.